How's it going, gents? Today, testing out new camera on this black 2015 S1000RR. So this is just a loan bike from BMW. But mainly I want to talk about this camera, so we'll jump on this thing. So I was really I'm really interested in Sena and what they're making, because they're making really awesome specific things for you know, like there's so many action cameras out there like GoPro and Drift and all of them out there, but Sena look to be making like their cameras completely it's freaking raining. Completely designed for motorcycle riding and really motovlogging. Like the Prism is the most designed thing for motovlogging I can think of right now. Let's go wet mode, eh? Rain mode, because it's raining. Only 180 horsepower in the rain. Wet tram tracks are always fun. I think they're so close to getting it so perfectly right that everyone's going to be using you know, some form of a Sena to make motovlogs. But yeah, Sena, they're getting better and better at their damn products, man. Like, this Sena Prism, it does everything so well, except there's just one thing I wish they changed about it. Then it would be almost a perfect camera. So as you can see now, everything looks pretty good on it. I'll have to say the camera's build quality is fantastic. For a first generation product, it feels really polished. Look at this freaking morning traffic going on. That's just horrible. Yeah, the camera feels great. It's, you know, it's got a little bit of weight to it. All the fit and finish on it is perfect. The buttons work really well. The menu's really good on it. I just love the dimensions of it. It's absolutely perfect for a helmet camera. I have to say, this is the easiest, absolute easiest helmet action cam I've ever had to set up in my whole life. You know, I've spent hours trying to set up a GoPro correctly, trying to get the angle on a drift correctly. It's just one thing I hate about motovlogging is the whole freaking setting up your camera and stuff. But this camera was so easy to set up. I mean, the audio is absolutely easy because it just links up to your 20S and it's just wireless, so it's so easy. The angle was stupidly easy to get, even though it's probably not exactly correct for this motorbike. So what I like about the camera, definitely its form factor, its dimensions, its mount is amazing. Really easy to take off the camera off the helmet. You can even take the mount off extremely quickly, and then that leaves you just with this, just like what you attach your helmet to with a, if you're having a headset or something. It's the one that just kind of slides in between. I'll show you in a video how it mounts on, but it just leaves that on your helmet, so it's extremely easy to take everything off, and then you've pretty much got nothing on your helmet, which is great. Other things I like about the camera, its menu's really good, it's snappy to work, everything works really quickly on it. Its video quality is fine, so everything in that regard I really like. And there's just two things that are just stopping this camera from being perfect. And the main one is its field of view. So its field of view is how wide the angle is. And most action cameras these days are around 170. So 170 is kind of what I expect, at least from an action camera. GoPro's also got its super view, which even widens it even more by taking a different, like a 4x3 and squishing it in. So that's what I kind of expect now from action cameras. I've gotten used to the super view crazy wide angle, and what wide angle does on action cameras, especially helmet cameras, is it does a few things. Like one, it obviously gets more into the shot, and two, it stops a lot of head shaking. Like if I could throw in a bit of camera footage of me riding around on a bike like this. from a GoPro, and then now, like, you probably notice there's a lot more head shaking. That's specifically the field of view is changing that. So that's one annoyance I have with this camera, is that it's only around 140 degrees. It's not a super wide angle. And another thing I wouldn't mind on it as well is a rotating lens like the drift. That's great. It makes it even easier to set up your angle correct. But that being said, this camera is not very hard to set up the angle on. You just basically get it in position, then you tighten up the little ring on it, and then bam, you're in business. It's so slippery out here on these cobblestones on a 180 horsepower rain mode BMW. Traction control is pretty good though. Let's go full throttle in first gear. It's just traction control, just being better than me. And the other small complaint I have with the Sena Prism is its audio. Now, its audio, it's kind of hard to talk about, because I guess the thing is that the audio is working with the 20S. Now, the 20S was designed to get extremely good voice audio, and that's it. Cut out everything else except for voice audio, which it does extremely well. Like when you're in an intercom chat on your headset, your Sena 20S intercom, you don't want to hear anything else. You just want to hear your mate's voice, or the caller's voice if you're taking a phone call on it. You don't want to hear, the exhaust. You don't want to hear the wind or anything else that's going on. Which is good for intercoms, but not very good for motovlog. Motovlogs, I like hearing a bit of exhaust noise. Like, this is a good sounding bike. I like hearing that. So if I cut in a little bit of footage from my GoPro and my Sennheiser microphone. Suspension is in hard mode. The DDC suspension. It's not like you're riding naked. You're not riding it naked. You're riding a sports bike. You'll notice that it sounds a lot better. You get a lot more ambient noise, whereas the Sena really just cuts out everything except for your voice. It's like a really clear quality voice sound, which is great for high speed on the freeway, is something where you're trying to eliminate that wind noise, which is extremely difficult to do. But for everyday vlogging, I just kind of think like it's just missing something a little with the lack of sound. Sometimes you want to hear the sound of the bike. It sounds so damn good, this thing. I just wish you could hear a bit more of it. But they're my only two complaints about the 20S. I mean the Sena Prism. There's also a 10C coming out, which is kind of a combination of the 20S and the Prism. I definitely want to check that out. I think that'll be even better. But I still am happy with this camera. I think it's the most convenient camera. You chuck it in your pocket, you throw it on your helmet, about 2 seconds and you're ready to go. Whereas otherwise I've got to carry a GoPro around, a microphone. It takes me about 5 minutes to freaking connect up the whole thing. I think for convenience, this is the best camera. And that's why I've been using it. I'm going to be uploading some videos of me doing a supermoto ride, just because I had the camera in my pocket. Another time my mate, I took his Daytona for a quick ride, and I had the Prism in my pocket. They say the best camera you have is the one on you, and that's kind of what's happening with the Prism. It seems to be the camera that's in my freaking pocket, or in the the back seat of my bike or something. Because I don't ride around the GoPro on all the time, so yeah, that's the first. I'll show some other. I'll be uploading some videos of the Prism, actually using it on a proper ride, not just freaking girling around in the wet here in a BMW. So yeah, you'll see some more videos of it, testing it out a little bit better. I still like the GoPro. I think it's better quality for now with the field of view, and the audio is a little bit better, but you probably will see this camera just specifically because it might be the camera that I've got on me, and more videos is better than nothing. So yeah, that's the Sena Prism. So check it out. I really like it. I think it could be really good very soon. But it's still a damn good camera, and it could be perfect soon. Maybe next gen it will be perfect. Here we are, first ride on the new BMW S1000RR. There she is.